I'm Ed Fullman. I'm CEO of Foxtrot Code, and today in this video we're going to go over the process of how to become a vendor and then how to list a Foxpatch. So to do this, you need to have a few things done first. First, you need to register and then log in. Second, after that, you need to create a Foxpatch, have a Foxpatch in your Foxspace ready to be listed. And to do that, you can download Foxpatches and combine them, or you can start from scratch and build yourself a Foxpatch. If you've done those things, then you're ready to go and go on to the next step, which is listing. And in this case, I've got an account already set up with a Foxpatch in it, and this account hasn't been registered already as a vendor, so we'll see the whole process end to end. So I'm going to start by clicking on list in the left rail here. And what this is going to bring up for a first-time user in the listing process is a registration screen. And the key thing here is some kind of a PayPal email. So any email that's valid will do, but it needs to be your PayPal email that you signed up for with PayPal, because this is how you get paid. So we use this to put money into your PayPal account, and then you can remove it from there and put it into your banking account or whatever you'd like to do. So I'm just going to put in a placeholder email here. And assuming this wasn't that this was actually a real PayPal email, we would then be able to use it. Because you've already registered, your name will show up here, but if you wanted to make an edit for some reason, you could do it at this point. That's what will show up on invoices. And the last thing is agreeing to the terms again. There are terms specific to listing, and this is just your acknowledgement. So you click that, hit submit, and away it goes. You should see a success screen, and after that just click OK. Now you'll be directed into what's called your dashboard, and the dashboard is a place where you can see all sorts of things about money you've earned, orders that have been made. You can add your Foxpatches here, which is what we're going to do. You can list them as well. And there's a link here for your store, which is a page that lists all your Foxpatches in one place. If you wanted to send that to someone, they could use that to see your Foxpatches specifically. So we're going to add a Foxpatch. As you'll notice, also comments come up here from people that are communicating with you about your Foxpatches. So creating a new Foxpatch is pretty simple. It's really a marketing exercise, except for one thing, which is the first thing we're going to do here. There's a drop down, and what you need to do is select the Foxpatch that you want to list. And this is your responsibility to pick the right one. So if you've got multiple versions and you're doing an update, or which you can do on this screen if you already have a Foxpatch, or if this is a new listing, you need to pick the right Foxpatch. And what's happening here is a link between what you've built in your Foxspace and what you want to show on the marketplace. That linkage occurs right here, and you can change it at any time. So we're going to click test, because that's the name of my Foxpatch in my Foxspace. And then there are a few fields to fill out. These are fields that show up on the Foxpatch page for this listing. So our first Foxpatch, just give it a title, listing. The excerpt is something that's used for social networks. So if there's a grabbing statement, this is a great Foxpatch for Twitter. Then these are some more descriptive paragraphs that we'd like you to write out. And keep in mind, the more you put in here, the more easily it is going to be for people to find your Foxpatch and understand what it does. And that's going to be important for you for both earnings as well as distributing your Foxpatch and getting it combined into other people's work. So a high concept pitch is some kind of grabbing statement. Best Twitter Foxpatch ever. And now you can write an overview. Okay, so the other thing you can do here is actually add some media. And this can be files that you upload, and you can also insert a URL here. So this would be the place to insert like a YouTube video URL, for example. And I encourage you to do your own screencasts, put them out on our channel, because then you'll be able to pick up on activity from our YouTube channel, and then be able to let people play a video versus just read about it. So we're not going to put anything in here right now, but you could add it to this and it'll show up. Each of these paragraph sections have media adding capabilities, so you could split your work up as far as what you're recording. That might make it easier for you to deal with upgrades as they come later on. So after the overview, we have 3 sections related to the 3 major Foxpatch components: the reducer, the refactor, and the reformat. And what you should be doing in here is describing what you were trying to do with the reduction that you were trying to do on the data that you put in, and what data that you actually access through this Foxpatch. How you've refactored it should be described as much as possible, and then a few words on reformatting. As we get into the ability to build dashboards, which is coming with version 1.1 in July, you'll be able to switch back and forth between Foxtrot Code and a live Splunk environment. And in there you should be able to build dashboards with your Foxpatches. That'll be some things that you can describe here in the data formatting part. Then there are some key capabilities here that you can use, some options that are important. The first is public versus private. If you're working in a team in a corporate environment and you don't want to list this publicly, this Foxpatch, if you just want to have it privately listed, you should be choosing the private selection. Otherwise, it's going to be searchable, downloadable, and covered by the licensing terms that are in the term of use for Foxtrot Code, which says explicitly that you're letting people reuse your work. So if you don't want that to happen, please mark it private, and then only you will be able to see it in your store. And you can also do some other things, which I'm going to show you following up here. So you can also disable direct access or keep it enabled. Private and enabled means that someone who is in a private Fox note with you, or a hidden Fox note with you, where you've tagged this Foxpatch to show up, can download it at that place. So this is the way you would pass around a Foxpatch between team members. Disabling it means just that. No one's going to be able to directly access the download except for you. Then you come to the tagging to the Fox note. So you can tag this. If you were in the earlier video about how to create a Fox note, we created our first Fox note. You could tag it to our first Fox note, and then it will only show up there. So if our first Fox note was a private Fox note, then that means that no one will be able to see it except the people that you invite to it. And that's where, if you left it enabled and private, then you would have this scenario where team members would be able to work together, but nobody else would be able to see it. Last thing you should do is select some categories relating to your Foxpatch, just so that it's properly categorized. This is totally up to you, but I suggest that you do it. And then also try to reuse some tags that other people are using. It's probably best not to create new tags at this particular juncture. If you wanted to, this screen doesn't let you do that, but you could create a tag on a post or on your profile, and it would show up here. It's best to use well-tread tags so that you're getting a larger audience. And then the last and most important piece is setting your price. And when you set your price here, you're setting the monthly price that people will pay for your Foxpatch. And we set up discounts on volume and discounts on term automatically. So you should just pick a monthly price that you think is the market price for your Foxpatch. You can always come back and change it, and that's something that we encourage based on your findings, whether you're not charging enough or you're charging too much. So after all that, you hit submit, and this Foxpatch is listed on the marketplace. And I'm just going to fill in a couple of these fields so you can kind of see them live when we create this Foxpatch. We're going to leave everything public here. We'll put $10 on here. That's $10 a month, and we'll just give it a tag. Okay, and now we'll hit submit. So once it goes through this process of loading it into Foxtrot Code, just hit OK. And it should take us back to our, here's the Foxpatch. It's assigned an ID number. That's what this is right here. And you can see it now in an edit mode. So this is how, if you ever access your existing Foxpatch, it'll look. And again, this is where you could potentially select another, if you built an upgrade version of your Foxpatch, this is where you would reset what file it was pointing to on the Foxspace. If we click on Foxpatches, it'll show up in a listing. And this listing is just a summarized version of what we just did. This is a place where you can see your Foxpatches and at least note the purchases. There are also earning screens in the dashboard, which go into more detail about money that's been received. There haven't been any commissions received yet, and then orders as well. So you'll see who has ordered it and when. And if you needed to change for some reason your profile related to what people see who buy your Foxpatch, you could do that here and change your PayPal, email, and so forth. So that's really it for listing a Foxpatch. What we'll do right now is go to download so we can see it in the world. It should be one of the first Foxpatches to pop up. This is a sort by date, I believe. And because we didn't put a picture on it, here it is right here. And if you click on it, it will take us to the Foxpatch page for this Foxpatch. And here's where someone can download the Foxpatch. Typically a picture would show here. If you had a picture on your account, it would show here, and then all the information that you put in displays in this section. So that's the process, and I appreciate your attention. if you have any questions, please feel free to use our Slack channel, which is on the site, as well as you can reply to support, or you can send us a note via mail right off the site as well. Thanks again. See you out there.